Hello, welcome everyone to our Studio Unfiltered webinar edition featuring top 50 e-commerce professionals finalists of 2025. Honestly, this is a very special edition of the webinar for us. We do them regularly every month, but this one is once a year. And we're doing it for the third time, just as we run this top 50 project. Something that started in 2023 as an experiment has grown into a huge campaign that helps us discover amazing talent from all over the world and feature incredibly talented professionals from Europe, from North America, from Asia, from South America. And this has been a big, big pleasure. And today, we get not only to learn about them, but to hear from them and to hear the behind the scenes stories, to hear their hot takes on what is happening in the industry. And moreover, I know that not only we are going to have a few finalists up here on stage with me, but also we have quite a few joining us to watch and enjoy the show. So please, if you're the top 50 finalists, give us a shout in the chat. And if you're not a top 50 finalist, give us a shout as well. Let us know where you're tuning in from and let us know what you're most excited to hear about. Today's format is special. It's Jeopardy inspired because, studio life is not exciting enough. So we decided to just spice it up. So actually, our participants, our speakers, they don't know the questions that I'm going to ask them. They're going to have their fate in their own hands by picking the questions that are hidden behind the Jeopardy board. And you, our viewers, can contribute to that board. There is a section of unscripted questions, and I'll be picking live the questions from the audience in case our speakers choose it. So head over to the Q&A section, submit your question if you want to know something very, very specific. And if you're not typing away your question, please type away in the chat. I already see messages, hello from England, hello from Chicago, hello, everyone. Type away, send emojis, send GIFs, comments. We really need your energy today, and we can feel it through the chat and through the screen. Also, you might have noticed that we had 3 speakers announced for this webinar, but studio life is so unpredictable. So today, we are going to roll the Jeopardy format with 2 incredible presenters coming from the US and from the UK. So we're going to have a little of across the sea a battle over here. And you know what? Let's just get started. So it is my pleasure to welcome the first participant, the first presenter, creative manager of photography and retouch at Sainsbury's, Lucy Roberts. Lucy, please join me here. Hello, Lucy. Welcome. For some reason, can't hear you right now. Well, all right. While Lucy, check your headphones, it's also my pleasure to have our second presenter over here, manager of studio operations at American Eagle Outfitters, Michael Weaver.
Hi, hello everyone. Hello.
Hi, Michael. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. I hope we get Lucy back. We were just talking. We were just chatting backstage.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. My headphones off. They were working perfectly.
Exactly, they were.
And it's tech, hey.
Tech.
Yeah.
Exactly, tech. Let's just blame it all on tech. But before we get started, Lucy, now that you're back with us, not only with the visual, but also with the sound, can you please give a little short introduction about yourself to our audience?
Absolutely. So I'm Lucy and I work at Sainsbury's Zest Creative Agency over in our studio in the UK in a place called Milton Keynes, which is about 20 minutes from central London. I manage the photography and retouch team who produces all of the content for Sainsbury's, Habitat and Argos, and that is across our general merchandise and food side of the business. I've got a background in photography. I was a photographer for quite a few years as well before moving into leadership. So, yeah.
Amazing. And Michael, over to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Weaver. I am the photo studio manager here at American Eagle Outfitters based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We have a photo studio here that I oversee that is American Eagle, the brand, Airy, and then also Offline. And I feel like what I do, my main job is to create a safe container, a physical space so the creatives can be creative. That's essentially what I think I really do here. Yeah. Oh, and I have a background in graphic design. I did something called business strategies here a long time ago, in and out of the corporate realms. And yeah, so cool.
Love it. I love how you both are kind of really focused on your current leadership position. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm also a creative, by the way. So there will be questions around that front. So be prepared. I think you need to get that creative side of you ready as well, just as the leadership as well. So are you ready? Are you ready to get started?
Ready to go.
Amazing. And ready to go. Are we ready in the chat? Because what's coming up next is the warm-up round. And in the warm-up round, we are going to go through a list of questions. They are fit into different categories, but they are rapid fire. So the first answer that pops into your head is the one that you should respond with. And if you are watching and listening to us, type away your response in the chat, and I will be checking in on your responses as we go. Okay, let's kick it off. The warm-up rounds. And the first category is this or that. Let's go for it. Video or photography?
Photography.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry, Aleksandra.
Video or photography?
Photography?
What would you like to shoot? Photography. Good. Settle on photography.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. E-commerce or editorial?
Editorial?
Okay.
But ecom, yes.
Ecom. Lucy, what's your response?
I was going to go editorial as well, but ecom. Yeah.
Okay. So there is that inner creative inside of you that wants to respond editorial, but ecom. Okay. Shooting on film or digital?
Film.
Michael.
Yes. Michael, love film. Got to love film.
Good. I feel like this the warm-up is getting on a way. Pinterest inspiration or using Gen AI to create your own mood boards?
I mean, right now it's Pinterest, but need to do more Gen AI.
Okay. Lucy?
Yeah, Pinterest. I've been exploring mood boards and Gen AI, but yeah, definitely Pinterest.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. When it comes to AI, are you an early adopter or more of a wait and see?
Early adopter.
Agreed.
Early. Good. That's what we want here. Okay, let me also double check how we're doing in the chat. Okay. There were quite different responses around digital or film. Yeah, but pretty much everyone enjoys shooting photography. Love it. Love the responses in the chat. Keep them coming as we move into our next category, one-word answer. And just to keep it easier, for this round, Lucy, we'll start with you. So you're responding first, and then we go to Michael. All right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Favorite shoot day snack?
Chocolate. Chocolate every day.
Good. Michael?
Same. Chocolate.
Same.
Yeah.
I said that we are going to have a little intercontinental battle here, and very green so far, almost on everything. All right. Favorite song that gets you in a creative mood?
Ooh, anything that's like Fleetwood Mac based. Love a bit of Fleetwood Mac.
That's amazing. I have no idea. Whatever my photographers are putting on, I'm bobbing my head. I'm feeling it. So I always feel good in the studio. There's always the vibe happening here.
Amazing. Yeah. Love the music is just can set the tone for everything for sure. All right. An important one. Best social media platform for e-commerce: TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, or maybe something else.
Ooh. That's a tricky one.
3 or 4.
I would say Pinterest is probably the easiest to navigate for like click through for a shopper. So that's quite a good one for e-commerce platform.
Yeah, man, that's really
Michael?
challenging. Pinterest seems, I think they're all relevant, right? It's to some
They
level,
are.
it's kind of hard to say the best. I don't know. But I would.
You gotta choose one.
I'll go Instagram. I'll go Instagram.
I go Instagram. Good. Okay, finally we arrived to different responses. Good. Okay. Before we dive into yes or no, let's see actually what our audience says. Instagram, TikTok and Instagram. Good. Good responses. And of course, there is someone who says Taylor Swift about the creative mood. There's always a Swiftie somewhere in the audience, always. All right, the final one, the yes or no. And Michael, now you go first, and Lucy, you follow. All right. Will social commerce take over the website and PDP? Yes or no?
Wow, what a question, Aleksandra. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say no.
Look, we aren't gonna hold you accountable.
No.
It's just your gut feel. No.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Thank you for not holding me accountable. No.
Yeah. Lucy?
Mine's a no as well. A hard no.
No. A hard no for that. Great. Using iPhones to shoot for e-commerce?
No.
No. Lucy, was that the cry for no? No. All right. Are AI models and digital twins the future?
I can't have a yes or no.
I give you the maybe for this one. Yes, no, or maybe.
Maybe. I would say it depends. Depends on your business.
Thoughtful response.
I take Michael's answer to that one. Yeah. Same as Michael. Yeah. Depends on the business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
We got out of that one. Yeah.
Okay, for this one, it's either yes or no. Do you shoot or do some other creative projects outside of work?
Yes, other creative projects. Yes.
Good. And Lucy?
I shoot.
You do shoot. Amazing. And before we move on with the next round, I actually want to learn a little bit more about your creative projects. So Lucy, what do you love shooting outside of work?
So I shoot a little bit of anything and everything. I've done a lot of portraiture work. I've done a few weddings outside of work, which is completely different to what I've been trained in, which is product photography. So yeah, I'll shoot anything and everything really, but I really love, my favorite thing is probably portraiture outside on locations.
It's wonderful. I've recently talked to someone was in the creative space, and they said, honestly, you don't have to limit yourself to the niche. The more you shoot on different, and you shoot fashion and you shoot weddings and you shoot kids and sports, and you can take so much and bring so much to all the different directions. Love it. Absolutely. And Michael, can you share a little bit more about yours? Yeah,
so I'm an artist. I'm a creative. So I have projects and pieces that I work on as a mixed media artist here and there all the time. It's not necessarily creative. I actually am a creative business coach on the side. That's what's my passion and my purpose is to inspire and encourage creative people and do what they love. And so that's really creative for me to be able to speak to these individuals, speak into their lives, and really inspire them. So that's what I do a lot on the side.
I love that. And we already have a follow-up question here. Let's just address it right away. Where do you all, Lucy and Michael, share your personal work? Is there a platform you lean toward?
For me, it would be Instagram.
My work is quite personal at the moment. I have not got to sharing anything recently. I do have a site, but most of my recent stuff is personal. Okay, quite personal.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day there will be a little exhibition in white only as a part of Flow event, for example.
Yeah.
All right. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And now I think we are ready, relaxed. The chat is blowing up with comments. Love it. Please continue. And this is about the time that we kick it off with our Jeopardy rounds. Let's get things started. Okay, so we will have 2 rounds. And in the first round, each of you will have 3 attempts and 3 tries to pick the right question on the board. I mean, there are no wrong questions, they're all good. And you pick your question and you answer that question. And Lucy, we will start with you. So let's have a look at our board. We have 5 different categories. The expert zone, where we will ask. Honestly, I'm not going to tell you even what we're going to ask. That's going to be a surprise. The expert zone, behind the scenes, creative souls, tools and trends, and the famous unscripted questions. Audience, please submit your questions for that category. All right, Lucy, what's going to be? Kick us off.
I think I'm going to go tools and trends.
For
400?
For 400. Good. Tools and trends for 400 it is. What's a task you would never trust AI to do?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Like a day-to-day task. I would never trust AI. What instantly comes to mind, because I'm looking at them at the moment, is I would never trust AI to vet resumes. Because I think you need to, as a human, read it properly. Like, you have to give people the time and respect of reading it thoroughly, because they've spent a lot of time on it, particularly if they put like a precursor to why they want to join the company or anything else. And I just think morally as well, I just wouldn't trust AI to read resumes. I don't know if that's a good answer.
It's a great answer. I really respect it. And I think more leaders and companies should follow that advice personally, because I agree. You need to look at it with the human eye to really pick on the small details and fully understand. I equally don't think that AI should be used to create resumes. I think you actually should do it yourself as well. So goes both ways. All right, Michael, your turn.
Let's do creative souls for 200, please, Alex.
All right. What leadership tip have you learned that really changed how you work with your team?
What leadership tip? Something that just pops in my head immediately is a lot of times when we work with teams and we don't always necessarily, there's like a gap, right? And there's a gap unfilled, and we could either fill that gap with trust or we could fill it with distrust, right? That we don't know if they're going to do it correctly or not, but we can have the most generous interpretation of what they do and fill it with trust. So we approach that situation with grace and poise, as we need to as leaders, to give them the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, there's times when we need to step up and do things, but that's something that just popped in my head.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Yeah.
Good one.
Good.
No, it's a great one. And I know the one thing, I guess, it's also not so easy, not always easy, because sometimes you just want to do it, or not given that time and that space to learn and kind of discover things. But
true.
Definitely a differentiator of a true leader. Great. All right, Lucy, your turn.
I will go creative souls this time, please. And I'm going to go for 400 again. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
I mean, no one is even keeping the counts. Don't worry. Maybe we are. Who knows? All right. Can you share an example when team collaboration led to an unexpected breakthrough?
Oh, good one. Can you share an example when team collaboration led to an unexpected breakthrough? Okay, I'm going to pull from an example, and that is when you are rescoping like a lighting look and feel for a brand identity. It takes a lot of people, a lot of talking, a lot of collaboration, a lot of back and forwards, people speaking up if they don't think that it's going in the direction that it needs to go into. There's lots of different stakeholders to pull into those conversations as well. But we had a more recent example where we were really thinking about the creative direction for our Habitat brand in particular, and how we were going to cocoon products using light. And the team worked amazingly well together, and they've managed to pull out full-on lighting guidelines off of the back of it. So that was a bit of an unexpected breakthrough. We were doing it from tests. Everybody worked really well together, and that was just a great example of great collaboration.
Love it. Love such stories. Awesome. Michael.
Let's do behind the scenes for 400.
400. Let's do it. What's the most unexpected thing that ever happened during a shoot? Story time.
Oh man, the most unexpected thing? I don't even know the most unexpected thing that's not like, I mean, people's dogs on set are always unexpected. You can't really control them running around or just staying inside, like literally laying on the floor in front of the whole crew. So we're all stepping over them. I love having animals on the set. They're always a fun little addition.
Yeah. As a dog owner of extremely untrained but cute dog, I can confirm you can't control that. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Right.
Great. All right. That's the last one where you pick the question for yourself. So, Lucy, what will it be?
So I'm picking for Michael now, yes?
No. You're still picking for yourself.
I'm still picking for myself. This is the last one. Okay. I'm going to do behind the scenes for 400.
That's the one that we've just done.
200.
Yeah. 600. Yes.
600. Yeah.
600. Let's do it. Ever had a product shoot where the final visuals didn't turn out as expected? How did you handle it?
Yes, we have. And that was due to like various reasons, but the team came together, they all rallied round. So this was for quite a large shoot. There was lots of eyes on it. And what we decided to do, because we only had a location house for a limited amount of time, we actually went and reconcepted the visual brief. And we brought the shoot back into the studio and did a bit more design-led, product-focused shots. But actually, we had really nice, authentic lifestyle shots shot on location, mixed with some studio shots, and they actually blended really well together. And we were able to use the different elements from each shoot on different platforms and on print and in store. But yeah, so that was something that didn't turn out as expected, but actually at the end of it, we managed to produce something really great that works seamlessly together.
Good one. And Michael, which one would you choose as the last for this round?
Let's do tools and trends for 600.
Let's go for it. What's a recent industry trend that completely flopped in your opinion?
Industry trend. My goodness gracious. I don't know. That's a very hard one to do. I keep thinking of just AI because that's like such the topic and it's becoming such a trend. I'm like blanking out on other trends that might have flopped, and I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know.
All right. Anyone in the audience wants to step in and add some thoughts or some trends, at least, of what has happened? I feel like AI has kind of outshone them all.
Yeah, I'm really curious to know what people think has flopped. Very curious.
There's definitely been quite a bit around video, right? I mean, it's been like up and down, and there is a hype, and that is a must-have. We're going to transition. The one I can think probably of that as a customer, as a consumer, feels that flopped was the virtual try-on. Like there was so much hype around that one, but honestly, it never worked for me. Everyone says that there will be a new era and the tools are getting better, but so far I'm yet to see.
Yeah, I hear that's a thing happening too, right? With augmented reality. It's
Mm-hmm.
becoming more and more common and becoming better and better. And someone tried to Google try on recently here at just the organization, and it was really well done. It was scarily done. Like they look like the person like matched lighting and everything. I think it was the Google one. Yes, thank you, Molly. It was Google's. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one or anything. I guess nothing in the past year. So everything I had the experience with was very outdated, and I totally felt like that's overrated.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we had like a little chit chat break. By the way, I love the stories that are coming in the chat. I don't have time to read through them, but we will 100% towards the end and after the webinar. Keep them coming. And now it is time for the second round on our Jeopardy board. In the second round, Lucy, you pick the questions for Michael, and Michael, you pick the questions for Lucy. So think about what answers do you want to hear from your fellow top 50 finalists. All right, so let me share our updated board once again. Perfect. So we have quite a few slots still remaining, and we have the expert zone and scripted questions completely untackled. What a surprise. So not kind of guiding your decisions, but just sharing that. All right, Lucy, what is it going to be for Michael?
I'm going to ask the expert zone at 200.
Michael, are you ready?
No.
No, but you have to do it. Let's go. An easy one. What is your expert zone that earned you the top 50 nomination?
Oh, that's okay. I think I love people. I love people, and I love working on a team. I love collaboration. I love to see the magic of a team coming together and working as one. Even if we're bumping heads, but we get to a point, and it's just a beautiful thing for me. I also love serving. I love creating this space and making things happen in the studio that haven't happened for 10 years. And people are so appreciative, and it's been truly a blessing to be here and to work with this team.
That's such a beautiful answer. And from the sound of it, your team is very happy and very lucky to have you. That's what I wanted to say.
You.
And I hope they are very happy too.
I think they are. At least they tell me they are.
Great. All right. Michael, let's choose something for Lucy to respond.
Let's do unscripted 400.
Unscripted 400. All right. Now that's getting excited. Let's see if we've got something interesting here in the questions. All right. We'll go with this one. And let me show it. Yeah. What's the shooting or campaign that stands out most in your memory for a great reason or a challenging one?
Oh, there's been so many. I think one of my, I've got a couple, I've got a few, I've got loads. Team are amazing. But one I'm going to pick is we do a lot of collaborations with Habitat. So we do like Habitat times Scion, Habitat times William Morris, etc. We actually did a collaboration about a year, I think it was about a year ago now. It might have been a little bit longer than that, but we did it with Kew Gardens, which if anybody who's in the UK who knows Kew Gardens, it's a huge space that houses multiple different plants from all around the world. It's really beautiful, and we took products which were designed with Kew Gardens in mind. So there was a lot of botanical kind of leaf patterns and flowers, florals, etc. And we took them into that space, and we were just utilizing the location space to like hang tea towels up and like mug sets and things like that, all down some really beautiful metal stairs. And that project landed really, really well, and it actually paved the way for a lot of the other collaboration projects that we've been working on more recently. So yeah, that's one that stands out in my mind.
Wonderful. Love it. Okay. Let's pick the next one for Michael to answer.
I'm going to go unscripted questions as well. And I'm going to do 200.
Unscripted questions for 200. Good. Oh, I really like this one from Pedro. Let's see it. Social media might have punished the uniqueness in the old photography rules. In e-commerce, what to use to tell stories? Originality or cliche?
Originality, less immediate, or cliche, fast to catch up. In e-commerce, what to use to tell stories?
It's a deep one.
That is really deep, Pedro.
That's why it's 600.
It is. Wow. Okay, so I feel like, man, I don't feel like, I think trends. I would love to say originality, but a lot of times we leaned on trends. So is that cliche then? Would you consider that a cliche, right? If that's a trend and you're doing what everyone else is doing at times, obviously we try to differentiate, right, and make it uniquely our own. Man, very, very challenging question. Not sure what to say. So I would love to say originality, right? That's what I want it to be. I think as a creative person, I want to make art. We want to make this creative. We want to make this fun. We want to make this beautiful. But we're ecom. We're like the workhorse of our brand. We have to make the money. We are so important, so valuable to our industries, aren't we? And so we do rely on trends, though, for sure. So how do we toe the line, I guess?
Yeah, it's that never-ending subtle balance and a little bit of a battle as well on yeah. But honestly, like as a customer, and I always say that in our events and podcasts, like I do shop quite a bit. And I love originality from brands. I love buying from a brand that's kind of stands for something, even through the visuals, because it's just entertaining to look through them and inspiring as well. Like if I see amazing color combinations or some really interesting poses, like it's inspirational as well as useful when you shop for something specific. Awesome. All right. Now we have closed the two unscripted questions, the 4 and 600. And Michael, your turn to choose something for Lucy.
The Expert Zone 400 for Lucy.
Expert Zone 400. Let's go with it. What are the must-have elements on the PDP for fashion apparel?
Must-have elements of fashion PDP. I'm trying to put my fashion head on now because I'm so like general merchandise and food focused. I would say must-haves for a fashion PDP is close-ups of fabric like quality. So almost like swatches and, really getting into those detail in that imagery, and true color representation are must-haves. They're like the basics, aren't they, to make sure that the color of your product matches what's actually physically in front of you. And model shots as well, so you can see how the clothing hangs and hand moves. I think they're like the must-haves. They're like the bare minimum basics.
Yeah, 100%. The close-ups are super important and very often missing, to be fair. Good one. All right. We actually are down to the very last question that we can pick from the board. And Lucy, what it's going to be for Michael to answer?
Can we go the Expert Zone 600? Sorry, Michael.
Let's do it. Is there a strategic decision or pivot you made that greatly impacted how your studio operates and how your studio runs?
Um, I mean, honestly, when I got here, it just wasn't organized. So, like, literally the small things, the simple things, the most straightforward things is simply coming in, like organizing the space, creating walkways so people aren't walking in front of my photographers literally just to get by a set was like massively huge and improved our timing. Like, it's like simple things. I think we're being overlooked, and just to bring that eye, like a new, fresh eye perspective, was hugely and greatly impacted my studio. Also, the other thing was that we didn't have an EQ room. We're this billion dollar corporation, and our EQ was separated in different locations, and it was just I didn't understand, and so we organized it all into one room. The simple things, like literally these small little stuff, nothing crazy, no AI tools, nothing at all, just a simple organization and collaboration with the team who actually uses this stuff, and to have things in the proper place, what has been hugely impacting our studio. Yeah.
That's a very great thinking. Yeah, small things matter. The details matter. They do affect people's well-being and everyday work 100%. All right. Well, believe it or not, but we are through the Jeopardy board rounds, and I would love to see the scores because, yes, Julia has actually been keeping the score here. Oh, who do you think has got more points? Honestly, we had no strategy, I feel like, behind choosing these responses.
Yeah, wait, who got answers right? Like,
yeah, the results are very tight. Lucy 2,200 and Michael 2,000.
Congratulations, Lucy.
But we're not done yet, right? We still have the final rounds.
Oh.
And for that final round, we actually did ask you to prepare something in advance. Do you have your equipment ready and next to you? Can you please show it? Yes. Back to pen and paper. You know, technology and AI is taking over the world. We're back to pen and paper to write the answer for our final round question. And the question is, having a big influence by the end of the year. You have until the end of this music to write down your answer. All right. So what's going to be? I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can see your answers up loud and clear. Can you please hold it for us? Ooh, virtual production and AI generated video. Love it. And I want to learn more about it. Lucy, I'm very curious about virtual production. Can you share a little bit more why you think it's going to be super impactful?
I think it's going to be really impactful because it's like speed to market for one, reduction of costs rather than jet setting all over the world. You can produce a lot more in-house. I know you have your initial setup of everything, and it's very modular, so you can actually scale like massively. You can do smaller sets, bigger sets. You can shoot multiple different things, from fashion to food to products. It goes across every range and category, really. I think that it's also going to really introduce newer roles into e-commerce as well, because not many people work in VP at the moment. So I think it's going to expand pools of people that work in ecom studios. You're going to need very different, but you're going to have additional skill sets as well. And I think that the more that we kind of understand it and see its capabilities, we can see what kind of benefits it has to offer for our day-to-day. You can even change the weather. Like we've had shoots before where we've gone out and it's been absolutely hammering it down with rain, and we're trying to shoot a summer shoot. So, you can bring that in-house as long as you can replicate lighting, and you can really use it to your benefit. But there's lots to learn in that scape. I think there's so much information out of there. It's just understanding how to use it to benefit your operations.
And we had just one slight clarifying question. Lucy, what exactly do you mean by virtual production? Just so we fully understand your vision for that.
VP, they're essentially big modular screens that you can put together. So it's a bit like a green screen, for example, and you can use Unreal Engine and you can really create any location scene. So you can produce a scene from like Italy, or you can produce a scene from inside of a house or inside of a farm, or anything that you can kind of imagine. You can influence the weather within it as well, so you can make it rain, you can make it thunder. They use VP a lot in big movies, and in also a lot of series. So I know that the TV series Suits, I don't know how wide Suits goes, but they use VP within that production. So it's absolutely fascinating. The tech behind it is crazy. There's so much to learn within it, but it's fascinating, and I think that it's going to filter down to everything, I think.
Yeah. A little shameless plug at Flow Europe. There is going to be a session about virtual production.
Ooh,
so
everyone
stay tuned. Yes. But all right. Thank you, Lucy. And Michael, let's go into the AI generated video.
Yeah. So I guess I'm specifically talking about PDP, or laydowns, I should say, specifically flat lays, however you speak to that term, which is essentially you just take a picture of a garment that's flat, and then through AI, it gives like a 3-dimensional video. And I feel like that's possible by the end of the year because even at Flow in New York, I think several of the vendors were actually already advertising or showing it, that they have the capability. It wasn't perfect, but are working very, very quickly on that. So I definitely think we'll probably see more of those types of things being trickled out into the larger e-commerce platforms here.
Yeah, it's been a process, I guess, and that video part has, if the visuals, like imagery, is really so realistic and so great, the video has been still a little bit more challenging. But also in conversations that we've had with people who are daily experimenting with AI and are really deep into technology, they say that process shortens just as technology develops, and potentially even in a year time we are going to see really crazy good results that will be ready for commercial use. Amazing. Well, this concludes our round of Jeopardy inspired Studio Unfiltered edition, featuring top 50 e-commerce professionals of 2025. So can we please have a round of applause in the chat, please, for Michael and for Lucy for bearing with me and with all of the tricky questions that we prepared for you. And Julia, I know that Julia is on the backstage keeping track of the scores, but given the thoughtfulness and depth of our final round responses, I want to say that it's a tie. But also, given that Lucy was kind of ahead of the results by 200, sort of want to say that Lucy won, but also it was a tie because honestly, Lucy, you shared so much. And it's been incredibly interesting to learn your perspectives and to learn a little bit more of what you think about the industry and what we can expect. I know there have been a few questions coming through, but I want to take this last one because I really like it, and it really speaks to the leadership that you've been sharing and how passionate you are about people. It's a pretty lengthy one, so I'm going to read it out loud. How do you balance art and bottom line efficiency in regards to shot counts? Your team might be able to shoot 50 items in a day, but see better quality shooting only 40. How do you present your teams in front of business-minded leadership? I think it's one of the other never-ending battles that you're facing.
Lucy,
That
do you want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can do. I've got some thoughts on this. In that, in my mind, I would always rather them get it right first time. I know we have KPIs to hit and everything else, but when it comes to like the quality control of the output, you're better off getting it right first time. And if that means shooting 40 shots in a day, at least then you don't have to reshoot the product, right? You can check that the color's correct. You can check that the product is represented in the best way. So there's always kind of that rationale behind selecting a target that benefits both production needs and also the needs of your team, and making sure that they're not that they're producing work to the quality standards that we would expect for our brands. Hopefully it answers that question okay.
Yeah, I think for the team here specifically, I feel like I came into this culture that they do try to protect the actual PDP teams, like photography teams that are shooting these things. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't get shot, it doesn't sell. It can't be sold, right? So there is a nice balance, and sometimes we have to push things to the next day if it's not possible. But yeah, I guess we do try to stay at a limit of 40 a day, hopefully. That's like what we're all shooting for as a team. Saying if you can do that, that's great, and then we can push everything to the next day if that's possible. Yeah.
All right. Well, I really wanted to address at least one of the questions that have been coming through the Q&A before we conclude this webinar. It's been such a pleasure to spend this past 45 minutes with you. And thank you also everyone for joining us, for watching, for supporting and sharing your stories and answers in the chat. And stay tuned for more events online and offline coming from us. And hopefully Lucy and Michael, we get to meet again in person very soon. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day wherever you are.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.